Hey, welcome to another Anatomy of the Ride at Florida Bicycle Pedestrian Federation. What I'm going to show you today is a quick ride. This is on Vieira Boulevard. This section that you're looking at right now is actually going to be expanded to a 4-lane road. It's 4 lanes before and after this small section right here. They're going to build another lane over this way, over on the side over here. Probably in the next few months, I'm gonna guess. We're about to head into let me zoom back real quick. But we're about to head into a construction area, and that's what I'm gonna really discuss. But let me zoom back because, oh, you see that car? They were pissed. Oh, they were pissed. Hey, but look at that. Oh wow, there's a lane. I guess he couldn't wait. But let's go back. Alright, this section right here, I'm going to pause it. This is, I was actually coming this other direction with the story I'm about to tell you, but this is actually the genesis of why I began taking the lane. It was actually in this section right here, probably a little bit past this area right here, but I was coming this way. And I was riding over here on the edge, right over here. And what happened was a semi-truck was coming from this direction, okay, and a city bus came up behind me, and it was coming up, and because the semi-truck was passing right when the city bus tried to pass me, the city bus got within inches of me, because it couldn't fit. I'm a really skilled rider. I'm not gonna brag, but I'm more than competent. Okay. It almost pushed me into the curb. All right. And then once, if anyone's ever been passed by a large vehicle that's going fairly quick, you'll know what I'm talking about. But the vehicle has, especially those flat buses, it pushes you when it first starts going past you, but then when it gets about halfway to 3/4 past you, it actually sucks you back towards the vehicle. And if you don't know what you're doing, you could be pushed into a crack in the curb over here, or if you're not that skilled, you could easily be sucked back into the vehicle. And it was that moment that I was like, look, there's got to be another way to do this. So I started researching. I'm looking around online, and that's when I came across Cycling Savvy, and it just so happened they were in Orlando. So I actually took some courses at Cycling Savvy, went to Orlando, did some training, and ever since then, actually before I took the courses, I started riding in the road. But they had a lot of good videos and good information online available. One, to justify doing it legally, and then 2, showing that it's safe, and then 3, showing you how to do it, because it is a learning curve. It's something that you need to learn how to do because you want to remain consistent and you want to remain confident doing it. So let me go ahead and start this again. And over there, each side of these lanes are a little bit different sized, but over there it gets dark because there's a lot of trees over there. So that's another thing that adds to that scenario. But here's the deal: is that every road is different, and every road is changes as you ride it. Right? The conditions change. If it's raining out, for example, potholes that I could see in this lane right now. If it's raining out, you can't see. And by the way, I just updated my drive chain on this bike. You'll probably hear it creaking a little bit, definitely going up the ridge. But I really wore it out. I abused the drive chain and the chain and front chain rings, but they are replaced. So anyway, let me go ahead and fast forward the video a little bit. So we don't need to see all this, but you can see that I ride consistent. Okay. It's easy for these cars. They see me and then they pass me. People that aren't familiar with this, they get angry but that's not my problem. They don't pay for the road. All right, so let's zoom forward. All right, so you can see here, this is they're actually changing this to what they call now diverging diamond interchange. So you'll see this intersection maybe in about 3 months, dramatically different. It's one of the very few diverging diamond interchanges. It might be the first in Florida. I'm not sure. It's certainly one of the few, if not the first in Florida. And even across the nation, there's not that many yet. There's debate on whether it's good or bad. But anyway, let me pause this. Okay, so I'm coming along. This is not consistent. This construction zone is not always here. It varies day to day. So this is that's why I'm using this as a good example to talk through, because one day you could be riding down the road, and if you were to hug the lane or think you have to hug the right-hand curb, how the road conditions are will vary, right? There might be a day where the right-hand curb doesn't exist anymore, or it's not safe to ride along the edge, because you'll see real quickly here that thing gets really narrow. It's on a bridge. So if you were to ride along the right-hand side of the road, you would be inviting people to squeeze past you on this dangerous section coming up ahead. So I think this is a really good example to look at. But anyway, so I can see this. I'm planning ahead at this point. I ride with mirrors. Okay. So I'm looking behind me to see how many cars are coming, how far away they are, how fast they're going. Let's keep going. Alright, so I'm looking for a good opportunity to get over, and I don't want to do it too soon, but you don't want to do it too late. So if I had to, I would err on getting over early. Sometimes it's hard to judge how fast cars are going behind you, especially how varying sunlight and stuff. So you definitely don't want to cut people off if they're going fast. For two reasons. One, you don't want to be dangerous, but secondly, you don't want to be inconsiderate, a jerk. So in this case, the platoon of cars, I let them pass me, and then I got over and keep rolling here. All right, so I waited, and there's the last car. I get over, and I take real bold control of the lane. If you were to continue riding over here, cars would try to squeeze past you. Alright, you might even be invited to get over here and ride over in this section or something. But you're about to see in a minute here why you don't want to be over here, and especially in a construction zone. Oh, look at that. There's a big old bulldozer coming. You don't want to be anywhere near over here. That thing could swerve a little bit, could hit that concrete, crank over here. That big old bucket, tear you up. So that's why you don't want to be over here. You just want to stay in this lane, take control of it. And if people collect behind you, that's too bad. They'll have to wait. You are a legal vehicle. Here, where are you going? All right, let's take a look. Look at that big old sucker. Oh man, if he would just go under that thing and get squished. Alright, let's keep it going. Alright, so once again, this is going to be pretty cool to check out, to see how different this roadway looks in a couple months. They're actually building this road really fast for a state-funded road. It's probably the fastest construction, which maybe that says something about the design. I don't know. At least, installing it appears to go really quickly. Look at these clouds, man. What a cool day that was. You get a lot of this too. There's a river over here, St. Johns River. So you get a lot of cool formations like this. We have coastline. Behind me is the ocean and intercoastal. All right. So I waited till the end of the code so I could get over. All right. And look at that. There's not even. I don't think there's anybody collected behind me. Look how fast I'm going. It's going pretty fast. So this light's been green for a while, so I'm getting a little worried here. I'm like, oh, turn yellow. All right, I'm going for it, man. All right, this is a big old intersection, dude. I made it though, last minute. All right, here we go. We're gonna go zooming through Publix. This is a cool corner. Check it out. Oh yeah, dig it. All right, hope you enjoyed that. I know it was a little, generic, I guess, but I think it's important to show just like standard scenarios that you're gonna run into. A lot of people think it's just easy peasy, right? Like, oh, just ride on the edge of the road, or you ride in the road, or whatever. You gotta. There's a lot of scenarios to consider. I think the more people that see these potential conflict points, come across a construction zone, you really benefit from just being a vehicle, and riding your bicycle like a vehicle, because it's just more consistent, and you're not put in these precarious positions, like these what ifs, like, well, maybe I should ride along the edge here. No, just ride in the road and remain consistent.